Lena had always been the free spirit in our marriage. She loved using words like space, time to breathe, and self-care weekends. I had no problem giving her room until the day she took it too far. That Friday morning, she looked me straight in the eyes and said, "I think we need a break. Just a day to think, to reset." Something about the way she said it felt rehearsed, as if she was following a script she had practiced in the mirror. I nodded, pretending to understand, but inside, a storm was brewing. A day-long break wasn't about thinking. It was her ticket to spend time with someone else. Lena left with a small overnight bag. No explanation of where she was going. She didn't take calls, didn't respond to texts. Her phone was conveniently off all day. That was my confirmation. My gut told me this wasn't a harmless escape. It was a premeditated affair. She wasn't seeking clarity. She was seeking someone else's company. I had no proof yet, but her sudden disappearance spoke louder than any evidence. I decided not to confront her. Not yet. Instead, I made my own plan. A quiet, strategic response that would hit harder than any argument ever could. The silence of the house was suffocating. Every room echoed with memories of trust she was now tarnishing. I spent the day gathering every document I'd need. Marriage certificates, bank statements, property deeds. Then, I made the call to a divorce attorney. By the time the sun had set, the divorce papers were drawn up and ready, signed on my end, waiting for her return. Lena thought she was in control, that her absence would send me into a spiral of desperation. But instead, it gave me clarity. Around noon the next day, she returned. Calm, composed, almost smug. She walked in with that same carefree energy she always wore after finding herself. She didn't expect consequences. She expected open arms. "Hey," she said, as if she had just stepped out for groceries. "I needed that. I feel refreshed." She dropped her bag, kissed me on the cheek, and headed towards the bedroom like nothing happened. My blood boiled, but I stayed calm. She believed I was too passive to call her out. She had no idea what was waiting for her on the dining table. As she emerged from the bedroom, I gestured to the manila folder sitting neatly by her wine glass. "You forgot something," I said. She furrowed her brow, casually flipping it open, unaware of the storm it contained. The moment her eyes caught the bold letters at the top, divorce petition, her face drained of color. She looked up at me, confused, stuttering. "Wait, what is this? You're being ridiculous." "It was just a day." That's when I smiled. "Exactly. And it only took you a day to destroy everything." Lena's defense crumbled quickly. She threw out every cliché in the book. "It meant nothing. You're overreacting. I just needed clarity." But the truth was, she wanted me as a safety net while she flirted with other options. She never expected I'd have the spine to walk away. She thought I'd beg, cry, or fight for answers. Instead, I gave her exactly what she asked for: space. Permanent, legal space. She tried to shift the blame, claiming it was just a mistake, and that every couple needs breaks. But her words were hollow. The betrayal wasn't just about physical infidelity. It was about her arrogance. She assumed her actions would have no consequences, that I'd be waiting like a fool for her return. The moment she saw the seriousness in my eyes, her tone shifted from defensive to desperate. She begged me to sit down and talk, but I had no interest in salvaging what she had thrown away for a fleeting thrill. "You took a break from us, Lena. I'm just making it permanent." I gathered my keys and left the apartment, leaving her standing there, confused, angry, and, for the first time, powerless. She had played a dangerous game, and now, she was facing the reality of losing the man she thought would always be waiting. The following weeks were a roller coaster of her attempts to reverse what she had set into motion. She showed up at my workplace, texted mutual friends to intervene, even sent emotional letters claiming she had learned her lesson. But I didn't respond. She had taken a calculated risk, and it backfired. I wasn't interested in her apologies. I was focused on rebuilding a life where I was no longer a backup plan. Months later, as the divorce finalized, I felt a sense of peace I hadn't felt in years. Lena's brief break had shown me the truth. She valued her impulses more than our commitment. She believed her charm would always be enough to bring me back. But she was wrong. When she took that day to cheat, she didn't just walk away from me. She freed me from a relationship built on false assurances. And when she returned, expecting everything to be the same, she was greeted not by forgiveness, but by the cold reality of consequences she never imagined.